Production vehicles are subject to random technical inspection to check that components being used fall within the rules and regulations governing the various classes.
I'm going to check the size of the air inlet restricted to the engine. And then I'm going to seal the engine, and later on we'll strip it and have a look at it.
Technical consultant Dick Sorensen is charged with the task of checking for eligibility.
Okay, will you fire it up for me, please?
Production vehicles are fitted with performance restrictors on the air intake system, which when sealed off by a special tool must stall the engine. Stainless steel locking wire and specially marked tamper-proof seals are used to seal components for later inspection.
The vehicle just to check if the car is standing.
This is the engine that was in it.
Okay. Yeah.
Because otherwise they could put some other engine in at the same time and we'd be measuring it. We're going to seal. Where am I going to put my seal? Okay. Will you put
2005 sees the introduction of a new production vehicle class, which is expected to be a major boost for off-road racing.
The move away from Class T was really started more than 18 months ago by the need really to make a car more affordable, both to the manufacturers and to the privateers, but I think more importantly really is to make the technology accessible to a well-funded privateer team or all manufacturers alike. And that was really the underlying decision or task set to the manufacturers by themselves 18 months ago in order to forward off-road racing into the future. The new class really from D2 as it's been known, or D+, was really a working set of regulations. It has to have a new name, which is possibly yet to be decided, but it has to be based much more about a production vehicle with less modifications allowed, and that means less money that can be spent. But most importantly, there must be a cheap formula, and it must be cost effective. The parts used can be accessible to all the manufacturers alike, and it must be easy to maintain and built once to run for the whole year. The appearance of the new class compared to Class T or the cars we've been seeing will be very little as far as Nissan's concerned. The car will still have the wide, aggressive look with the wheel arches. The track will be on the 2 meter limit, and the height-wise to cater for the rough terrain will be the same. As far as the speed is concerned, well, that will only in time of testing, come to the fore really, but we intend really for less money and more cost-effective nature of the rules, our aim or our challenge is to be as fast as the cars were last year. In reality, there's far more restrictions, so I don't think they'll be quite as fast, but certainly from the sound point of view, we expect the cars to sound great and really be just as exciting, if not more exciting, because there'll be far more cars from different marques competing for the lead, and when we've got a good competition, good racing, we're going to have excitement. The manufacturer's commitment to the new formula, well, I really should only speak for Nissan's behalf because we've got 3 cars in Class T running this year, and we've elected next year in the spirit of competition to withdraw the 3 Class T cars from running in the South African Championship, and we will field at least 2 of the new cars in the beginning of the season. And I think that Toyota and Ford have the same opinion as we do, and there's a few privateers, namely 2 as far as the Nissan camp is concerned, who are very interested in having cars similar to the manufacturers and being able to win events overall. So the future looks very good. The construction of the new car will be far more like a production car. The main element of difference for Nissan is, whereas the engine on the T-Tracks, which we've had so much success with, was basically behind the front wheels or in the middle of the car, the regulations force the engine under the new class to be in the standard position, i.e. inside the engine compartment. So that will be the biggest single change of all to anybody looking at a Class D plus, or the new class what it's going to be called, and an existing T car. The suspension will be different in that the standard pickup points have to be used on the chassis. And as far as the cost is concerned, well, it's going to be substantially less, which will make it really affordable to a much wider range of competitor.
The Production Vehicle Championship is becoming a nail-biting affair, with any one of 4 crews capable of winning the title. Hannes Strobler and Richard Leek have seen their convincing mid-season lead whittled away by the opposition. Strobler and Leek have won 3 events this season and will have to finish ahead of teammates De Villiers and Jordan and Cox and Pitchford, and Team 4's Woolrich and Scholthammer on the next 2 events if they hope to retain their championship crown. Cox and Pitchford have gone quietly about amassing championship points, while the Class T crews fight it out for overall honours and are only 22 points behind the leaders and 36 points ahead of Cronje and Birkin in the Class D battle, while Hugo and Joop de Bruyn lead Class E by 47 points. Andre Botha and Beans Heidenrich on the Class F leaders in the Kopenhagen Hotel Super Team Chevy. Mafikeng and Carolyn may have convincing leads in the Special Vehicle Drivers and Co-Drivers Championships, but unless they finish and ideally win the next 2 events, they could see all their hard-earned work go down the drain. Mafikeng has won 3 races overall, and Carolyn has won twice, and they are the only Special Vehicle crew to have finished 5 out of 6 events this season. Marcus Taylor and Mark de Chalane blotted their copybooks with 2 non-finishers, but back-to-back class wins give them a 34-point lead over Giel Nel in the Class B Championship. Noble and Hope have a 32-point lead over Nardis Alberts and Colin Hunter in the Class S Championship battle.
The South African